to our final team in the NRL draw. It is the West Tigers. It's Paulie's team as well too, so he's probably going to have extra stats on this one. 2 seasons to largely forget, but with Benji Marshall taking over the helm, some exciting new young talent emerging as well too. There are some really encouraging signs for the fans. I think Sheens is still going to be there for Benji. I know you're good friends with Benji as well too. What are you most looking forward to, and what changes are you going to see at West Tigers this year?
Well, I think we're going to see a lot of change. But Benji has said openly he's not going to be the typical coach. Mm-hmm. He's played and performed under some of the game's best. So he'll take little bits of snippets of knowledge from all of those coaches that will influence them. What a horrible start, though. The bye in round 1. Like,
isn't that exciting? 2 points.
I bet can't be when he gets that email or that phone call, it's like, is this a joke? I have to wait another week because there's nothing like waiting.
But what a positive start, walking into the season with 2 points ready to go.
Oh, you just want to play. You really would.
You're chomping at the bit by that stage.
You've been wanting to play, and look, Benji's going to have to hold back and have a bit of a different approach to round 1, and he'll be watching multiple games of football before he gets to watch his team go round. So look, I think for Benji there's pressure, but there's not. They can't do any worse than what they've done. So he's a very respected person in the rugby league community, and he'll influence his team. And look, like I say, you can't do any worse, but I'm genuinely thinking that the Tigers will improve. Some young guys there, Jaden Sullivan from the Dragons. I've been so impressed with him when I was down there. He just couldn't break that injury, and he couldn't quite crack week-to-week football. If he can, watch out, he's a talent.
You'd be looking forward to the Manly West Tigers game as well too. We've got Luke Brooks over that side, the Farmer brothers as well too, which are now from Manly over in West Tigers. Doesn't feel right, does it?
We're going to be seeing him in a Manly jersey.
And of course you've got Aaron Woods as well too, a former West Tigers player.
He's been near as well. He's been near enough everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a few rematches there. But you'd think that's going to be a bit of a game that a lot of people will have eyes on.
Yes, Luke Brooks at the club that he made his name at. Again, I've spoken about this before, but playing your old team. Well, Brooks is a junior there, came through there.
Yeah.
Lots of expectation there. Was part of the big 4. Yeah, it'd be an emotional occasion for Luke Brooks. Maybe he'll take that barbecue back for them and say.
Maybe he'll just offer them some sausage sizzles out the back after the game. Another big one, Easter Monday clash, round 4 against the Eels.
Yeah, always good games. The Eels and the Tigers, and who could forget the opening game there at Combank Stadium. One for the Tigers to forget, but hopefully they can put on a better performance this time. But lots to be excited about for the Tigers. Some good acquisitions. You look at the influence that Benji can have, and I spoke about Des Hasler and the influence that he'll have on the fullbacks. Well, Jerome Bula and Benji Marshall. The very attacking-minded people could see some miraculous things this year.
All right, some positive news for West Tigers fans as well is Paulie's dug up some really good stats looking into this year.
A couple of things that they'll probably want to improve. One of them is they only scored 20 points or more in 5 games. So that was the lowest in the league. They'll need to improve that. You would imagine Benji Marshall, the way he played, was very attacking focused, that would be on the increase. The other thing was that games decided by 6 or less, they lost 7 out of 10 of those. So much like the Dragons we talked about earlier, not a high percentage of turning those close games into wins. Can they make a difference in both those areas? That would certainly be enough to get them off the bottom, and who knows, maybe fighting for a top 8 spot.
All right, well, thank you very much, Paulie. If you want to get more facts and figures from Paulie, he will be looking after all of the NRL fantasy shows throughout this season. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Garts. We'll be back later in the week to do a fantasy-focused draw.
Oh, that's going to get down and dirty into the details. I'm looking forward to it. That's on NRL.com. And, of course, James Graham, NRL great. We're looking forward to seeing you on the sidelines this year and hopefully get you in a little bit more as well.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Perfect. Absolute pleasure. Don't forget about the massive round 1 opening kickoff starting in Vegas on March 2nd with Manly taking on South and the Roosters playing the Broncos. Then the following weekend, the rest of the games, including that amazing semi-final rematch between the Newcastle and Raiders. We have the Warriors at home, Melbourne hosting the defending premiers Penrith, and the local derbies in the Eels, Bulldogs and Dolphins and Cowboys. It's going to be a great season. Make sure you head to nrl.com/tickets for all the ticketing information and NRL news and highlights.